Ladies and gentlemen, the Fitchburg High School Band. Right behind them is South Street Elementary. In yellow,
there you go.
Rheingold School. And directly behind them, in black, is Crocker School. And in purple, the team from McKay. And in green and white, the classic Memorial Panthers. And right behind them, Longjo. Now we're coming up on the track with the high school teams. Trying to stand out a little bit tonight. The class of 2018 in pink. And right behind them, in white, the class of 2017. Behind them, in black, the class of 2016. And of course, looking for their fourth win in a row, the class of 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get underway, as is the annual tradition here at Crocker Field at these relay races, we'll take a few moments for the annual wreath ceremony. Out on the field now, representing the class of 2015 and carrying the wreath to the Alva Crocker Monument, we have class officers Hallie Newcomb, President, Calvin Cavaco, our Vice President, Nick Lanny, our treasurer, and historian Olivia Shea. Again, those are our four class officers, and they'll be placing the wreath on the Alva Crocker Monument. Just to point out our colors one more time here, in black in this race are the ladies from Crocker School. Purple is McKay, red is South Street, and yellow is Rheingold here in our first of 8 races this evening. Okay, just be ready, coaches. We've got the signal up here in the booth. The first race is about to get underway. So let's have those second and third exchange kids ready to run. And there it is, the gun, and we're underway. So here we go on the first corner. Leading off for South Street is Rachel Brulette. Amaya McCall is the second runner. She's in yellow. She just makes the exchange. Araya Stone for McKay was the leadoff, and Lindsay Blauser was the leadoff for Crocker. On the far side, after the second exchange, it is Morgan Jarrett trying to hold off Abigail Stone. Behind her is Sarah Bolak. And then there's Stella Sairfield from McKay. Now we've got our third runners coming around the corner. And it's a battle up the straightaway between Yaralise Guzman Guadalupe and Noella Tamfu. And here comes Rheingold. That's Noella Tamfu. In the third spot right now is Ileana Similia. And running for McKay is Chloe Lavigueur. Here we go, fourth legs now. We have a total of 15 legs in this race. Rheingold, having assumed the lead, has Brenda Natoro in the fourth position, and she's out in front. Behind her is Caroline Silva. And running in the third spot right now, it's Angel Green from Crocker and Janess Mills from McKay. Another exchange has happened. It's now Anna Gonzalez in yellow, leading the race for Rheingold. Alicia Cornier is in the second spot for South Street. Then it's Alaya Torres for Crocker and Alexis Angelini for McKay. Another exchange now, and Rheingold has opened up 20 to 30 meters maybe. That's Ruby Riggs coming up the straightaway for South Street. Janelle Suarez Jackson. And for Crocker, it's Liana Waterman. And for McKay, trying to close it up a little, is Jailer Burgos Garcia. Rheingold still out in front now. As we're on to the seventh leg, it's Annie Fleurimond running for Rheingold. For South Street, Gianna Molia. In the third spot on the track is Jaylina Muzes for Crocker, and trying to close on her is Mila Johnson from McKay. Rheingold still holding that lead. It's closed a little bit. Running now for Rheingold, Gianna Murray. And making a run at her is Lily Scopoletti. And here comes McKay trying to get that third spot. It's Gabriela Rodriguez for Crocker. And moving into the third spot is Jocelyn Silverberg for McKay. South Street trying to come back at Rheingold. This is Riley Reed running for Rheingold, and right next to her, side by side, it's Nayeli Valentin. And she's trying to pull ahead. McKay in the third spot now. That's Stella Southfield. And Brianna Cody running for Crocker. Rheingold still trying to hold on. It's now April Rosella. Ashley Covey running for South Street. And McKay. In the third spot, Chloe Lavigueur. And closing on her a little bit now for Crocker, it's Eliza Gallo. But still a battle out for the top two spots. Rheingold's Gabriel Pierce trying to hold off the run of Sandra Tessitore. And they're pretty much neck and neck on that side. For McKay in the third spot, it's Janessa Mills and Melissa Oka for Crocker. Coming off the corner, Jasmine Hardy for Rheingold. Trying to run on her a little bit. Jayliana Colon for South Street. And for McKay, taking the baton, it is Alexi Angelini. Got some doubling up for those McKay kids are doing what they can. And it's Kaylee Tanner for Crocker. Still Rheingold holding a 10-15 meter lead right now. We'll call it almost 20. That's Jadimar Saretti for Rheingold. Lexi Hill. Passing off. We've got 2 legs left to this race, and Rheingold's holding on right now. McKay in the 3rd spot. That's Jayla Burgos Garcia. And for Crocker, it's Andrea Santiago Rios. On the far side, this is the finish coming up. Amber McCluskey passed off to Lydia Garneau. And for South Street, Skylie LaRose had given off to Fiorella Medina, but it's going to be Rheingold winning the first race of the evening. Runner-up, Fiorella Medina is going to get the runner-up spot for South Street. Sicalias Robles Camacho ran for Crocker on that second to the last leg. And Nia Johnson. But it's going to be McKay holding on with the third and then final leg, Jocelyn Silverberg. A lot of doubling for McKay. They've done a great job with kids running 2 legs. And finishing it up for Crocker, it's Genexis Santiago. So the order of finish is going to be 1 for Rheingold, 2 for South Street. McKay will get the 3rd spot, and Crocker was 4th. So that's our first race in. 7 to go. The next starter for the next race on the track, that's going to be the boys' elementary school races. Andre Ravenel is giving out the trophy. Once again, coaches, a reminder on that far side over there, let your runners move to the inside. We had a couple of our youngsters in that first race running way out in lane 3, and that's a definite disadvantage after you get into this. So get your kids inside the track and get them running tight. So we're setting up our first leg here. Again, Superintendent of Schools Andre Ravenel will start this race off for us. In lane 1 in this race, it's McKay. Then it's Crocker in lane 2, South Street in lane 3. And out on the outside, it is Rheingold in yellow. And here we go, we're underway, second race of the night. It's the boys' elementary school race leading off for Crocker. It's Damian Jones, Andrew Kamasana for McKay, Zachary Mercier for South Street, and Elijah Jeffries for Rheingold. That's the lead off as we come up a little tighter at the beginning here. In yellow, it's Andy Trong for Rheingold. And it's McKay, but coming up on Dimitri Gonzalez is Michael Martinez, who moves into the second spot. Excuse me, that third spot right now is Kevin Borges. McKay is in the fourth spot. Here we go, third exchange. Mackay Stinson Newton for Rheingold, taking it out and getting an early lead here for South Street. Jaden Leiden Rodriguez. But coming up on him And I think we've seen that young man is Stephen Pate for Crocker. He's now in the second spot. In the fourth spot, that's Ian Tassos from McKay. But Rheingold right away here jumps out to a pretty good size lead. And for Rheingold, it's Isaiah Jeffries in black. And in the fourth spot is Hasham Javid. Right behind him for South Street, Jack Dada and Joseph Grabius from McKay. But Rheingold is so far ahead I can't keep up with him. It's Antonio Santiago now in the fifth spot. Behind them, Joshua Medina for Crocker, Nathan Emery for McKay. And for South Street, Justin Dada, the two brothers, Jack and Justin, back to back there. This is Cesar Resto now for Rheingold coming around the corner. And trying to close it up a little. Evan Presley for Crocker. In the third spot for South Street, it's Peter Chaveri. And on the far side, passing off, would be Jay-Sean Baz, receiving from Nathan Emery. Elijah Griffith is running for Rheingold, but trying to close on him is Yadiel Rivera Garcia. And he's going to catch him on this exchange. It depends on the pass. And Crocker is now out in front. Josuan Del Valle Zapoveda. And that's Zion Ayala for Rheingold. For South Street, Cooper Weavy. Way over on the far side, it's Daniel McGuy. So here we come around the corner, and once again, Rheingold making a run at Crocker. It's Adrian Santiago, and Rheingold's Andrew Lorette has now moved in front. On the South Street, Jose Rodriguez is running. And McCabe, it's Adriana Santiago. But out in front now for Rheingold, Joel Arias Mateo. That is Darius Rodriguez for Crocker. South Streets, Farrah Crespin. And just receiving the baton now and coming is Andrew Comisana. And here comes Crocker trying to get it right back. Jaden Ortiz for Crocker. For Rheingold, it's Isaiah Chivales. And Jadil Girina for South Street. And we're having a battle here on the straightaway, coming up the straightaway. This is Damian Perez. We've got 3 legs left in this race. Rheingold now. And coming up, trying to get him. Dylan Nowt has passed off to Braden Cox. That was Dylan Nowt to Braden Cox. For South Street, 3 legs. William LaRose has passed off to Jeremy Beltran. And we got 3 legs. Should be Rheingold still holding on out there. That was Roberto Figueroa passing off to Cyan Vu. And Roberto Santiago passing off to Angel Lazado. But Rheingold now has opened it up. For South Street, again, that was Angel Rosado. And for Crocker, Braden Cox to Quentin Bedouard. But we're on the last leg, and here it is, Rheingold trying to sweep these elementary races. This is Dorian Wells. Leading the boys team from Rheingold to a sweep of the elementary races. Okay, still making a game of it. We've got 3 legs left. That was Joseph Gravius, Nathan Emery, and now we've got 3 legs left from McKay. That is Jason Baez finishing it up It was Jaden Ortiz for Crocker. Daniel McGuy had run. He's waiting on the far side. And finishing it up for South Street was Christian Ortiz Feliciano. Let's try to keep the track clear. We're still cheering on McKay here. They've got 2 legs left. Daniel McGuy. A lot of these McKay kids have doubled up here to represent the school. They deserve a lot of credit for that. Nice double for Daniel McGuy. That's twice he's had a run tonight. Andrew Comasana, his second time on the track, and he's going to finish it up with pride for McKay School. Let's bring this young man home. Giving out the trophy for the second time in a row. He gets to give 2 trophies. Andre Ravenel to the School of Rheingold as they sweep these races. Congratulations, Rheingold, both girls and boys. The elementary sweep. We need the 5th grade teams from the middle schools to come out, please. 5th grade teams. Our 3rd race of the night is the middle school co-ed race for grade 5. Ourselves organized here. This is race number 3 coming up. A little difference of distance going on now as we move to 200 meters. That's a half a lap on this track. Directly across from the press box is an orange cone. That will be where the first exchange will take place. We're going to point out that this is a co-ed race. There are 20 legs total, and they alternate boys and girls throughout the course of this race and the next couple of races. So we've got 5, 6, and then 7A. Those will be co-ed, and then we move to the high school where we'll have 1 more co-ed race. So 3 co-ed races yet to run before we get to the big one. So it looks like we're lining them up. McKay is in lane 1. Memorial is in lane 2. And Longjo is in lane 3. Waiting to start this race, it looks like will be Mr. D. Robert Romano. Coaches are getting their teams organized and getting ready to run. Coaches on the far side, if you could give us a wave just to let us know you're ready to get those kids on the track, we'll get underway. Coaches on the far side near the cone, give us a wave, let us know you're ready. Seeing some jumping and some waving, that must be the sign. Let's get it underway. Interesting stop by D. Robert, but they're underway. Again, out on the outside lane is Longjo.
On the other side, right?
In green, of course, is Memorial. And then McKay is in purple. So here we go. First exchange. It's Jaden Morrow for McKay. We need 10-year-old Autumn Hill to the concession stand. Colin Dudek had made that first pass for Memorial, and Jordy DeLeon, for Longjo. So now we're into the second legs. These are the ladies now running for us. And it's Longjo out in front. Raven Falcon leading this race so far. 2 legs in. Gianna Robillard from Memorial. And running for McKay, it's Zoe Meyer. This is Donovan DeLeon running now for Longjo. 3rd leg in, again 200 meters apiece. Memorial trying to stay with him. That's Lorenzo Jones and Mauro Fernandez from McKay. Now let's move those runners up near the cone. Otherwise, some of your kids are running a little bit longer than they should be. That can make a difference. But it's Longjo with the lead. The pass now is Nakira Burris from Longjo. The ladies back at it right now. Jordan Butler from Memorial. And about to make the exchange, it'll be Janelis Troche coming out for McKay. As we come around the corner, it's still Longjo. Get that Memorial girl into lane 1. She'll not run as far. But this is Nakira Burris for Longjo. I call it Nakira. And she's leading and passing to Joshua Cody for Longjo. Memorial gets spun around a little bit, but they're going to try to get back in. This is Jackson Carroll. And on the straightaway, Janelis Troche for McKay. But Memorial looks like they're going to take a lead here on the far side. Victor Rojas now running for McKay. And a little bit of a battle happening across the way as Memorial's taking a very slight lead as we pass the batons now. And there she goes. That's Mariana Estrada Gonzalez for Memorial. For Longjo, Araya Decado. On the far side is Victor Rojas running for McKay. He'll be passing shortly to Alexa Silverberg. But Memorial suddenly has opened up 10 to 15 meters over Longjo. Running now for McKay, as we mentioned, it's Alexa Silverberg making the pass to the Memorial runner. Now on the track is Adam Johnson, and for Longjo, Darnell Thomas. Alexa Silverberg coming up the straightaway for McKay. But Memorial trying to keep that 20 to 25 meter lead on the far side. We're seeing a little burst here though by Longjo. They're trying to close it, and they are. Now running for McKay, it's Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith in the 3rd spot. Making those exchanges awful early out there, making those girls run longer. This is Ilka Negron. Should be using the cone, not the yellow triangle. For Longjo, it's Hannah Stakowitz. And on the far side for McKay, Jacob Smith passing off to Laura Rodriguez. On the straightaway, Ilka Negron. Looking a little bit, but not too much, as Hannah Stakovich waiting for the exchange. And there it is. This is the 9th leg now. Tyler Crom. And for Longjo, Adam Boudreau. He's got to move into lane 1. He's running too far out there in 2. Coming up the straightaway is Laura Rodriguez. Laura Rodriguez passing to Henry Andrews. Coaches, get those runners into lane 1 once you make the pass, so they're going to run too far out there in 2. Tyler Crum, he's going to pass it off to Kylie Merritt. Kylie Merritt should be running for Memorial. This should be the 10th leg for Longjo. Ava Bodie. About halfway into this race now. On the far side from McKay, it's Henry Andrews. And now Gianna DeMar for McKay on the far side. We are now halfway in. This will be the 11th leg. Memorial with the lead, Xavier Macher. And for Longjo, Tyler Salafia. Coming up the corner and around to the straightaway is Gianna DeMar. Gianna DeMar for McKay. Waiting for her is Daniel Bond. Memorial still holding on now. About 15 meters, we'll call it. There's the pass. Guys you're running those girls an extra 20 meters over there on the far side. Maybe it's strategy, I'm not really sure. This is Nicole Robinson. For Longjo, it's Juliana Vera. Daniel Bond over there. It's going to be passing to Chanel Pena. Girls must be in better shape because they're running further than the boys. Nicole Robinson passing off to Eric Pineda. And for Longjo, Juliana Vera to Eddie Colon. Now on the backside, it's Chanel Pena for McKay. But Memorial has opened it up. We'll call it significant. Looks about 40 to 50 meters now. Can Longjo come back? 13 legs in. Let's hear it for this young lady, Chanel Pena, coming up the straightaway. She'll be passing off to Declan Gill. Another exchange now for Memorial as they start to pile it on a little bit. Kavani Magenis. Excuse me, McGinnis, I've been corrected. And that's Lana Aho for Longjo. Over on the corner is Declan Gill. Longjo putting her head down and going after it. Memorial's Kavani McGinnis. Given off to Avery Roy for Memorial. Longjo has closed up that 40 meters quite a bit. This is Jovan Falcon for Longjo trying to get back in it. And on the far side, Annabelle Palanco for McKay. And now we're down to about 15 meters. So we're going to congratulate these girls because they're all running about 220 meters while the boys only have to run 180. It's a great strategy and it seems to be paying off for Memorial. This is Bailey Tamaro. And for Longjo, Francesca Barnaby. Now the pass on this side, it's Alex Santiago Melendez for McKay. Coming up the straightaway, it's Bailey Tamaro. And then Francesca Barnaby. On the far side, Alex Santiago Melendez. But the pass has been made now to Memorial. It is Christian Heredia. He's the 17th leg for the Memorial Panthers. Alexandra Forsythe for Longjo is the 17th leg. On the far side is Desalise Carrasquillo Martinez running for McKay. And now for Memorial. 3 legs left. This is Kianalis Calderon And for Longjo, Bruna Biz. Desalise Casquillo Martinez coming up the straightaway here. Donovan LeBlanc is waiting for McKay. There goes Donovan. Here comes Bruna Biz for, Cornelius Calderon. Passing now to Dady Perez. And for Longjo, it's Mechki Darty running for Longjo. And he's got quite a stride. Can he make up that much ground? On the far side, Donovan LeBlanc. Donovan to Abigail Boateng. Abigail now running. This is the anchor leg here for Memorial. Shazala Bennett. Shazala Bennett cranking it out. We want to know what Bennett she's related to for future reference. She is coming up the straightaway. And that is Shazala Bennett anchoring the win for the 5th grade co-ed race for Memorial. And the second spot's going to be Longjo. This is Asia Nieves. Asia Nieves finishing it up. We still have McKay out on the track, people. Miss Boateng now to Luis Villat Ortiz. 2 legs to go. So we got 2 legs here for McKay. Let's bring those McKay kids home like we did the last time. They're got a lot of heart out there. This is Luis Villat Ortiz. Running the anchor for McKay, it's Vanessa Alejandro. Vanessa Alejandro running the anchor for McKay. Let's hear it for McKay finishing it up. Coming up next on the track in a few moments will be the 4th race, but we'll be giving out our trophy to the first middle school race of the evening, the co-ed team from Memorial. And presenting this trophy will be the athletic director, Mr. Raymond Casenza, to the Memorial Panthers 5th grade co-ed team. You know, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention a few things. We should have done this earlier, but we got caught up in the excitement of it all. But for McKay tonight, Tess Ma and Marion Guerra were the coaches. For 4th race is coming up on the track. This will be the 6th grade co-ed teams. Same scenario as the previous race. We have 20 runners, alternating boys and girls, each running 200 meters. In lane 1, this time it's Longjo. Memorial will be in lane 2 and McKay out in lane 3. Just a reminder, these runners, once they pass it off, get those second runners into lane 1 as quickly as possible. This is 6th grade. Just to mention across the way, the diamond is not the start of the zone. The cone is. Sixth grade. That's quite all right, sir. Once again, we need a signal from across the way, coaches. When you're ready over there, give us a wave. Let us know you're ready. Well, we've got a gun, so we're underway. Start. Andre Ravenel will start this race. Are we ready across the way? We need a wave from you folks. We need to know you're ready. And I see a jumping wave. We're ready to go. Let it go, let it go. And there's the gun. So here we go. And we got a good tight start early on. It's Brendan LeBlanc for McKay, Noah Lazuka for Memorial, and Javon Worrell for Longjo. And Javon takes the early advantage with Memorial's Noah Lazuka from Memorial, and then Brendan LeBlanc from McKay. One leg. And here we go, the ladies are up now. For Longjo, Shalimar Batista. For Memorial, Olamide Bambose. Olamide Bambose, I got the last name right. And that's Chanel Pena for McKay. Get Chanel Pena into lane one, somebody. Shalimar Batista. Olamide Bambose. Now back to the boys, third leg in. Longjo with an early lead, that's Miguel Torres. Fred Fairbanks trying to close it and going after it for Memorial. For McKay, it's Ryan Burke. 3 legs into this 20-leg race. And here comes Memorial. Trying to close it. Let's see how the passing goes here. That'll make a difference. Those girls are running a lot of extra stuff out there. Memorial out in front. This is Sofia Armano. Casey Reynoso Hernandez. And on the far corner, it's Abby Garcia for McKay. Neck and neck on this leg. Oh, and then we got an interesting exchange there. A little crisscross action gets Memorial the lead. John Barry trying to recover a little Adrian Gonzalez, and he does. Adrian Gonzalez moving back in front for Longjo. For McKay, Jeswell Burgos. A little twisting and turning on that exchange, but Longjo recovers, and they're out in front. It's Jeswell Burgos for McKay on the far side, but it's Longjo. And now the passing is going to the advantage of Longjo as they're lining up in the right spot. This is Jayla Reiser. Memorial's running their kids a little longer than they need to. Lainey Jaramillo. And that is Nelly Moore for McKay. But Longjo has opened it up now. Jaylee Reiser. Waiting for her is Marcos Nieves. Marcos now is off. He's the 7th leg. For Memorial, it's Michael Cooper. And coming up the straightaway, this is Nelly Moore. But Longjo has opened this up now. Marcos Nieves has really created quite a lead. Emmanuel Figueroa now running for McKay. And on the far side, Longjo, Estelle Arsenault, the 8th leg of 20 legs. Memorial's Naili Natab. It's the 8th flag for Memorial. And on the far side, we have Emmanuel Figueroa giving off to Laura Rodriguez. But Estelle Arsenault powers her way through to the finish line. And Jaden Velasquez now the 9th flag for Longzhou in this 6th grade co-ed race. For Memorial, Carlos Peralta taking it out. And on the far side and coming up the straightaway, it is Laura Rodriguez. Waiting for the baton, Emmanuel Diouf. Longzhou, we're going to call it 100 meters at least. Keisha Maldonado Torres, the 10th flag. When she gets over on this side, we'll be halfway through this race. Alicia Santos now for Memorial. Memorial's closing it a little bit here. A little encouragement from the Longzhou teammates, but Memorial's closed it up. Ethan Gray, number 11, the 11th leg for Longzhou. Gabriel Rivera for Memorial, and over near the flagpole, that's Emmanuel. Now it's Jonas Carrasquillo Martinez. Longzhou, not quite 100 meters anymore, but they're still leading this. This is Jadiana Rivera, number 12, the 12th leg. Memorial trying to close it up. Lena Carala for Memorial. And for McKay now running, Rodrigo Ardino Cabarello. Still about the same distance. Longzhou trying to hold on and keeping that distance between them and Memorial. Montgomery Graham now for Longzhou. This is Jorge Gaitan for Memorial. And McKay has passed. Rodrigo has passed off to Zoe Meyer. Tom Shea, could you come over to the Broad Street gate, please, Tom Shea, near the men's and ladies' room. That's the Broad Street gate. Running for the ladies. It's still Longzhou out in front. This Jasmine Girard and Megan Baldini over on that side. Just going out now is Gabriel Torres for McKay, but Longzhou now back to a little bit of a bigger lead than they had on the last lap. Let's see what happens here. Melvin Ortero, the 15th leg. Memorial, Tyler Wirtz. And getting the exchange on the far side should be Janelis Troche for McKay's 6th grade team. Janelis Troche now. Longzhou got that lead back to 100 meters at least. Chanel Stanley cruising by the flagpole. Should be Karine Palladian for Memorial. Coming up the straightaway is Chanel Stanley. Keeping her balance, trying to get to the line. Taking it out for McKay. O'Brien Porter. Now Longzhou, Brian Rivera. He is the 17th leg. And for Memorial, Michael Sellen. On the far side, this should be this is Chanel Pena. Chanel Pena now. Longzhou makes another exchange. They've got 3 legs left. This is Genesis Villat. Genesis Villat now. Third to the last leg of this race. And for Memorial, Olivia Tran. Coming up the straightaway, Chanel Pena. Cody Mosher for McKay. 17th leg for McKay. An exchange with 2 legs left. This is Angel Franco Jr., the 19th leg. This is Olivia Tran coming up the straightaway for Memorial. Waiting is Daniel Edmonds. And there goes Daniel Edmonds for Memorial. He's the 19th leg. Angel Franco about to pass off to Amari Wilson. And Amari Wilson, she's the anchor for this team from Longzhou. For McKay, it's Rhiannon LeBlanc running. This is Amari Wilson, the anchor for Longzhou, 6th grade team. They're going to pick up the win. Rhiannon LeBlanc, keep the track clear. We still got runners out there. Watch the corner, please. Get off the corner. It's Jesus Padilla for McKay. Finishing it up was Caden Scopoletti for Memorial. Still out on the track, though. It's Jesus Padilla, and he'll be passing off to Nayli Moore. Nayli Moore is running the anchor for McKay. Finishing it up for McKay, it's Nayli Moore. Let's hear it for Nayli. We need a representative from the freshman team to come back up here. Representative from the freshman team, you need to come back up here and explain your lineup to us, please. Presenting the trophy to the Long Joe 6th graders, once again, Mr. Raymond Cosenza. Okay, we're getting ready now for the 7th, 8th grade co-ed race. We have 16 runners listed for the freshmen, but we know they're only running 15, so they better come up and help us out. Coming up on the track, Long Joe is in 1, Memorial is in 2, and McKay is in 3. They're running 200 meters. We need that wave from the far side. We also need to remind each team, the elementary and middle school teams, as you finish up and we get to these high school races, please have your team clean up their area. We need people out of the infield who are not participating in the races, please. You're blocking the view for the people in the stands. Again, if you're not in the races, you need to leave the infield area, please. And here we go with the early start here. And they're still in the same order they started over on this side of the track. Memorial trying to take in a lead, but McKay's holding them off. First legs was Adrian Villat Ortiz. See how the exchanges go. Armani Jones is running for Memorial, and that was Angel Santiago, but now we're to the ladies. And we're going to get that young lady off the inside, whoever she is, but she's not running the race. Coming up the straightaway, it's now Jesmari Melendez for Long Joe. And that is Jenna Obashan for McKay. And Tiara Bush for Memorial as we make the third exchange. This race is off a little quicker than the previous couple of races. Joseph Stanley now for Long Joe. McKay trying to stay in it. That's Cameron Johnson. But overtaking him is Mateo Serrano. Again, this is a 7th, 8th grade race. And Mateo Serrano now has given a slight edge to Long Joe as we get ready for the 4th leg to be run. Memorial is out. It's Desiree Hughes for Long Joe, but ahead of her is Kiara Wilbur for Memorial. Somebody's got to get that Long Joe girl off the corner because she's interfering with the race. Nope. Kiara Andrucci is running for McKay. But this is Kiara Wilbur opening up about a 20-25 minute lead, meter lead. Memorial's Dominique Silverio is being chased now by Freddie Monette Harris. And for McKay, that is Tyreek Danger. This is Wanola Ashaju. And if I got that right, Wanola Ashaju. I like that name. I hope I did it right. She's leading for Memorial. This is Maya Gonzalez for Long Joe. And running for McKay, Ileana Likas. Wanola. We're coming up on the 7th leg. And Mateo Massis will be getting the baton for Longeville Memorials. Dylan Arugio has opened up a sizable lead here. Ileana Likas to Sergio Carrion for McKay. On the far side, near the pole, it is Dylan Arugio leading his Memorial team. Not quite halfway in yet, though. Got some time for Longeville to get back in. For McKay to get back in, it is Deandra Bodie will be the next leg. Erin Donlin. She's the 8th leg. Coming off the corner near the scoreboard, Erin Donlin. Behind her is Deandra Bodie for Longeville. And the far side, we have Michaela Lee now for McKay. Coming up on the 9th leg for Memorial, it will be Rocco Archipreti. This is Deandra Bodie passing off to Devin DeLeon. And up the straightaway comes Michaela Lee. Jose Mateo now with the baton for McKay. We're 9 legs in on the far side for the ladies. Coming up, it'll be Elise Gonzalez. She'll be the 10th leg of a 20-leg race. That's Elise Gonzalez for Longeville. This is Sulana Seriavongsa for Memorial with this lead right now. Nice looking stride on Elise Gonzalez. Can she close it up to a reasonable distance? But Suliana Seriavongsa trying to keep her spot, keep Memorial ahead. For McKay, it is Nia Davis. Or Nia Davis. The 11th leg now for Memorial should be Lothar Huckabee III. Longeville is Joshua Gonzalez. Longeville looking to close it, but Mr. Huckabee's got other ideas. For McKay, it's Malakid Singh for McKay. So Lothar Huckabee has passed off. This is Ava Gagne, the 12th leg for Memorial. For Longeville, it's Mater Chang. And soon to pass the baton, Malakid Singh to Alexis Wood. Longeville, about 35, 40 meters back. Ava Gagne. This is Anthony Silverio. Anthony Silverio, 13th leg for Memorial. Luis Aldarondo for Longeville. And coming up the straightaway, it's Alexis Wood. Alexis passing off to Tyler St. Cyr. There it is. We got 13 legs in now. 20 altogether. For Memorial, Hasadia Callis. Hasadia Callis is the 14th leg. Yaramari Rivera, 14th leg for Longeville on the track. Tyler St. Cyr. Passing off to Jenna Obashan. This is Jenna's second time around on the 200. Memorial's lead is about the same after this last lap. That's Caleb Smith and Latrell Bodie. 15 legs in now. Coming up the straightaway, Jenna Obashan. William Padilla. William now running for McKay. He's the 15th leg. On the far side, the 16th leg for Memorial. Samantha Aponte. Samantha Aponte now. Pretty close to 100 meters. The difference. Longjo, Dakota Evans. And on the far side, William Padilla, Takira Andrucci. Takira Andrucci now, the 16th leg for McKay. And out of the blocks, so to speak, is Koi Dang Nguyen, number 17, 17th leg. Longjo, it's Ramon Castro, we'll say. Kira Andrucci coming up the track. On the far side. There are 3 legs left and Memorial still holding the lead. This is Abby McClanahan. And for Longjo, Yasmin Rodriguez. McKay's Jacob Davis has taken the baton. He's over near the clubhouse, coming around the corner. Nice looking stride here for Abby McClanahan. She finishes it up. There are 2 legs left. Edwin Santana for Memorial takes it out. For Longjo is going to be Dante Lahara. And Dante with a 2-sided face going at it. On the far corner, Eliana Likas. It's her second time on the track. A lot of doubling for McKay. Having to do what they have to do to be in this race. On the far side now, the anchor leg for Memorial, Sydney Mullen. Sydney Mullen coming around the corner near the scoreboard. And Longjo's Sierra Snowden should be next. There she goes. With 2 legs left. Eliana Likas to Alex Semilia. But it's Memorial that's going to take this one as Sandy Mullen anchoring the 7th and 8th grade relay team at first. Memorial taking 5 out of 6, I've been told. Trying to keep track. Pretty impressive showing by the Panthers. That was Sierra Snowden finishing up for the 2nd spot of Longjo. And on the far side, this will be Michaela Lee. Got to appreciate these McKay kids. Every one of them's running twice. Seventh and 8th grade trophies going to be handed out once again by Mr. Raymond Cosenza, our athletic director. Memorial, pretty dominant tonight in these races for the middle school. So now moving again, as we said, to the high school races. Our first race on the track, which is our 6th race of the evening, is going to be a co-ed race, our last co-ed race of the night, between the class of 2017 and the class of 2018. We're going to have a different kind of start for this race, but we want to recognize our 2 runners coming up on the far side. We're going to have Nikki Caban, and with her, according to the lineup I have, will be Veronica Dobson. Again, Nikki Caban on the far side with Veronica Dobson. Effort, Nikki Caban, she's almost there. Let's cheer her right down to the finish line. Come on, Nikki. Come on, Nick. And here we go. On the inside are the sophomores. That is Marquis Rodriguez, Angel Figueroa. I think he runs track for Fitchburg High. He's leading it off for the freshmen. A little tricky reading this freshman roster. We're going to do the best we can. Angel Figueroa now opening it up for the class of 2018. And on paper it says Thais Feliciano, and it is for the sophomores, Thais Feliciano. This is Veronica Dobson running for the freshmen. It's hard to read right to left, but I'll do the best I can. Thais Feliciano. I think I've seen her run track too. And let's hear it for Veronica Dobson running for the freshman. Here she comes. Next pass will be Damian Nadal, or, Cedric Byers is the sophomore in white. He's out there now. It's Damian Nadal for the freshman. So we're 3 legs in. There are 30 legs in this race. Again, each runner running 200 meters. Damian Nadal on the far side. Lauren Fowler should be running now. We had a bit. And the baton is down, but it's back up. So Lauren Fowler recovering the baton and still out in front for the freshman. This will be Jasmine Rodriguez. 4 legs in now, ladies and gentlemen. 4 legs, 30 all together. Thank you much for keeping the infield cleared out so everyone can see. And we really appreciate if teams clean up their areas tonight before they head out. We've got a few races left to run. Lauren Fowler. She's going to pass off to Santiago Lopez, a cross-country runner. It should be Hakeem Bodie. Runs a little track too, I think. But it's Santiago Lopez on the far side. Sixth leg in, this is Larissa Brooks. Hakeem Bodie had tried to close it up. And I know that is not Hannah Nealon. We're not sure who the freshman runner is. We'll try to get her name when she runs by the front of the box. But this is Larissa Brooks, the 6th runner. Well, that's Amanda running for the freshman. Can't find her in the program, but good job, Amanda, passing it off. That should be Bruno Correa running on the far side for the freshman. Ethan Obishon, I recognize him. He runs a little track. Now running for the sophomores, it should be Sofia Goncalves. And for the freshman, Rachel Romero. Rochelle Romero for the freshman. Passing off here, Sofia Goncalves to Marcos Rijos. This should be Nick Falconer, and it is Nick. I recognize him for the freshman. He's the 9th leg. On the far side, though, it's Marcos Rios. And this should be Shalana Gordon, the 10th leg. Shalana Gordon over at the flagpole. Nick Falconer, he's the 9th leg, passing off to Michelle Cochran for the freshman. Shalana Gordon, though, coming up the straightaway. Sophomores now with a not quite 100 meters, but about 70 meters at least. Carlos Figueroa on the 11th leg. For the sophomores, and that is Charlie Jackson running for the freshman. He's the 11th leg. He's used to running 400 meters, but tonight he only gets to run 200. And the pass on the far side, that should be Nicole Romero. And for the freshman, Bree Harnden. Should be Bree Harnden running. Nicole Romero has passed off to Jonathan Felice. Now running for the sophomores. Bree Harnden has passed off to Tayson Saradeth. Karazin McLeod now. Karazin McLeod. Emily Hill running for the freshman girls. Coming up the straightaway. This is Karazin McLeod. And waiting is Billy Joe Perez. Billy Joe represents the 15th leg for the sophomores. Emily Hill. Nathaniel Gamble is the 15th leg for the freshmen. So this will be the halfway point once they make the exchange on this R5 with 15 legs to go. That means 15 legs for the freshmen to get back in this race if they can. I'm not sure the sophomores are going to want to let that happen. This is Shakina Al-Aziz. She's the 16th leg. And Eileen Alcantara should be running now for the freshmen. Miss Al-Aziz coming up the straightaway. This should be Jean-Michael Ordanello. Gamble had passed off. We have Sage Bray running for the freshman. And still Jean-Michael Ordanello on the far side. Sage Bray trying to close it a little, and he is. Now for the ladies, it's Maggie Shalafo. 18th leg for the sophomore, still hanging on to a lead. For the freshman, Cam Pelland trying to close it. Maggie Shalafo about to pass off to Noah Giordano, three-season track guy. There goes Noah. Jonathan Santiago ran a little cross country. Jonathan Santiago moves out in front. He likes to be called Jay. Noah Giordano, though, keeps it close. As we pass to the ladies. It should be Judy Hansen now. In pink for the freshman. Jonathan Santiago. Jay Santiago has created this opportunity for the freshmen. For the sophomores, it's Shayla Bailey. Judy Hansen, pretty good high jumper for the girls track team. And she can run a decent leg, as she proves. Dylan Tenadabuth, another track guy. And the freshmen now starting to make themselves known. And this is Chandler Kosakev, don't call me Odom, running for the sophomores. But Dylan Tenadabuth has opened it up a little here for the freshmen. This is Erin Primo. And for the sophomores, Gabriella Upson. We are the 22 legs in here. 22 legs in. For the freshmen, this is Erin Primo. And she's going to be passing off to Devontae Johnson. Devontae Johnson. That's Javante Johnson. Well, I'm having trouble counting legs here, but he should be the 23rd leg for the freshman. Macario Johnson is the 23rd leg for the sophomores. On the far side, the freshmen continue to hold the lead. Should be Mariah Bodie. Well, according to what I have, Mariah Bodie should be running right now. And that should be Judy Duong running for the sophomores. So Mariah Bodie coming up the straightaway here. And Judy Duong for the sophomores. These are 24 legs in. Now for the freshman, Jamie Brambilla. He runs a little bit of track. Taking it out on the far side. Near the mosh pit, also known as the pole vault pit. Hopefully nobody gets hurt over there. Jamie Brambilla passing it off to Erin St. Germain. Judy Duong had passed off to Danielle Lopez. Danielle Lopez making the pass to Ananda Parks, and it is Ananda. But this is Erin St. Germain, and I have a feeling her brother is Connor. He runs pretty well. Now for the freshman, Travis McCaldy. Finishing it up, it's Ananda Parks. And here's the change. This is not Cedric Byers because he's already run, so my strong guess is it's Alex Marrero. We'll say that is Marrero running now. McCaldy on the far side. But time is running out for the sophomores. Jacqueline Gonzalez. 3 legs left. Marrero is passing off. This should be Thais Feliciano. She's doubling. But is the double going to be enough as Jacqueline Gonzalez is about to pass off? 2 legs left. Landon Tucker now running. There are 2 legs left for the freshman. Thais, her second leg to Angel Crespo. But we know who the freshmen have running here, and it's not going to be easy for the sophomores. As this is Landon Tucker, and they've been saving this young lady for the anchor all night. Hannah Nealon. Leandra Bodie now with the baton. But Hannah Nealon is not going to let anything change in this race. as the class of 2018, their co-ed group, going to pick up the win. Pretty good finish here, though. Let's hear it for the sophomores. Leandra Bodie finishing it up. The freshmen pick up the win. About to present the freshman trophy. And there it is. Once again, Ray Cosenza. And the freshmen celebrate. Big win for them. Sophomores with a valiant effort. Freshmen are coached by Christina Manto and Shelly Romero. For the sophomores, Kerry Angeloni and Ron Williams. Next race on the track will be the 7th race between the class of 2016 and the class of 2015 ladies. Race number 7. Jeremy Roach will start this race. Principal at FHS. And there's the gun. Inside in lane 1. This should be Jasmine Howard and Michaela Canessa for the senior girls. This is a 20-leg race. Again, they're running 200 meters. This is Sandy Duong for the senior girls. Does a little track, as does Canessa, Michaela Canessa, who passed the baton. This is Angela Salazar. Sandy Duong up the straightaway. Sam Benoit's waiting. Seniors going right after it early here. Sam Benoit now. And for the girls, it should be Sabrina Ramos. Now running. Sam Benoit going by the front of the clubhouse. Sabrina Ramos closes it a little bit. The seniors still pretty good lead as Jaslyn Ledger now. Running for the seniors, the 4th leg of a 20-leg race. And this should be Zariela Escudero running for the junior girls. Jaslyn Ledger coming up the straightaway. Zariela Escudero. 5th girl out now is Alicia Gianetti. And this is Cheyenne Montero Dobson. Cheyenne's got some wheels. Let's see what she can do with them. Trying to get the juniors back into this. And the juniors are getting back into this. get ready to exchange on the 6th leg of this 20-leg race. Taking it out. That should be Emily Lucier. Emily Lucier for the senior girls, the 6th leg. Glorianne Rojas. And that is Emily Lucier coming up the straightaway. Glorianne Rojas. We have got it down to about 10 meters, maybe 15 max. Next pass goes to Janelle Forges. Trying to catch her is Kayla Reyes. On the far side, Janelle Forges, but Kayla Reyes trying to close it again for the juniors. And it is going to be about the same distance as it was on this side for the exchange. Seniors still out in front though, Ava Robichaud. But this happens to be well, we're going to call this young lady because we know who she is. Isabel Tran is running now, but that's not how it's listed. Isabel Tran. But Ava Robichaud hasn't given up on her. And off goes Tyona Teague, the 9th leg. And it's Bridget Cologne, the 9th leg for the seniors. They're at the clubhouse. Less than 10 meters. Teague trying to hold her off. Cologne having some issues staying up. This is going to be a tight pass here. Let's see what happens. A little balance. Got to keep those arms moving or things don't work right. Now, I had Isabel Tran running, but this isn't Isabel Tran now. And we'll try to pick up who it is when she gets here. But this should be Isabel Wilder for the seniors. Just not sure who the junior girl is. It's not the same as in the lineup. Marissa Falconer, that's who that is. Marissa Falconer. A little different than what's listed. Isabel Wilder has made the pass to Mariah Como. Trying to catch her. We got a little bit of a change, but I think that's Morgan Viola Williams. Junior's switching people around, trying to get back into this. And that's Mariah Como, keeping that distance for the seniors. And that's Morgan Viola Williams. I'm pretty confident about that. This should be Ileana Vasquez for the seniors, the 12th leg. For the juniors, Mr. Falconer and Morgan Viola have already run, so I'm not sure who this is. Yeah, luckily I got some help in the booth here to identify these juniors. It's Alize Siriavansa. I seem to be one runner behind the way this is listed. Alize Siriavansa. And Ileana Vasquez. This should be Jackie Barry for the seniors. This is a flip-flop strategy for these juniors because Marissa Falcon has already run, so this is Jennifer Cochran. And she is the 13th leg. Jackie Barry trying to hold off Jennifer Cochran. Pretty good pass on both sides. Kirsten Harnden is 14th for the senior girls. All righty, so now we see what's happening as Jasmine Howard Jasmine Howard, a little bias up here in the booth. Jasmine Howard has run her second leg. Kirsten Harnden's not messing around. Passing off to Courtney Rouse. 15th leg. Jasmine had to run twice. So Miss Rouse, Courtney Rouse now over on the far side. This should be Florencia Rivas as we're at 15 legs. We'll have 5 legs left at this exchange. Now for the seniors, Sierra Hughes. Sierra Hughes running. And this is Jebony Medina. Wondering why some of these young women aren't running track or not doing anything, because they got some ability. Sierra Hughes getting overtaken a little by Jebony Medina. Now this is Sabrina Ramos, I believe, her second time around. Let's see how she holds up. Michaela Saracen for the senior girls. Ramos has doubled, and she's still holding up pretty well here. Michaela Saracen trying to keep the seniors in the race. We got 3 legs left, soon to be 2. For the juniors, Cassandra DePena. And now Becca Hall running for the senior girls. Got to get these seniors back into it as the juniors now have opened it up. Cassandra DePena and Becca Hall coming up the straightaway. Juniors now, Elizabeth Moisen. So the juniors have done some interesting strategies here tonight, and right now it looks like it's working. As Becca Hall passes off to Ariana Osuna. We are 19 legs in. Lizzie Moisen coming around the corner. Cheyenne Matero Dobson is listed as running twice. And there she goes. Aisha Matthew has a lot to make up here for the senior girls. She's trying. Be a miracle here. Just a little too much for the seniors. This one not in the track with that under DQ. We've been supposed to be saying this all night, and we apologize, but Med Star Ambulance has been here all night for us, and one of our sponsors tonight. We want to make sure we thank them for everything they've done and for their availability for tonight's relays. So in the junior senior races, Stephen Morris and Mark Pierce have coached the juniors tonight. And on the senior side, it's been Peter Perry and Ann Meyer Taft. Getting ourselves ready for what is a 400-meter race per leg. 20 legs total. is up. And there it is. Gun is started. This race off. This is the final race of the evening between the class of 2016, class of 2015 boys. Let's see how we do this one, strategy-wise and perhaps pace-wise, as tonight's legs, as always, are 400 meters. So once around the track. Fanoff's doing a little pacing, I'm not really sure. As Andrew Lara is leading it for the seniors, and that's Ben Fanoff for the juniors. Coming up the straightaway now. Fanoff pushing it a little bit. Lara trying to stay with him. And the next exchange, the second exchange has now happened. And somebody's going to get that junior runner into lane one. There he goes. That's Jordy Cruz. Weaving around him, though, is Darius Flowers. He's a total of 20 legs in this race. 400 meters again is the distance. Coming off the corner, Darius Flowers. Got to have this guy, he's got to use his arms. Get Jordy to swing those arms. Otherwise, he's not going to stand up. And Darius now to Demetris Williams. Now we have a little bit of a lead here for the seniors. Demetris running tough, coming up the straightaway for the senior boys. Wesley Valentin putting in a quarter mile for those junior boys. Greg Santiago, has he ever run a 400? Is the question in the booth. But there he goes. Wesley Valentin had passed off to Dominique Martinez. The senior boys quieting down things a little bit with a pretty sizable lead. There's the bear. They say there's a bear near that flagpole, and he waits for unsuspecting 400 runners. So here comes Santiago up the straightaway. All that training has paid off this season for Greg Santiago. And this is Dominic Martinez. Dominic Martinez. Should be Alex Corbo waiting. And Alex now. But Kennedy Adao kind of cruising along out there near the far side. Floating is how I describe it. Kennedy now at the 200 mark. Alex Corbo trying to gain some ground on Kennedy.
This proves to my wife I was here tonight, so.
Kennedy Adele just kind of cruised that 400. And his senior team has a pretty good sized lead as Stephen Bartolomeo now running for the seniors. Alice Corbo finishing up. And Augustine Sanchez. He's off. Can Augustine close it up, get the juniors back into this race a little bit? Coming off the corner near the scoreboard, it is Stephen Bartolomeo. At the flagpole and past it is Augustine Sanchez. Coming up on the 7th legs of a 20-leg race. And there he goes, Javon Torres, the 7th leg. Ran a little indoor track, did Javon. And Hanuk Bodie Jr. now. So now Javon Torres going past the 200-meter mark. Hanuk Bodie is closing some ground here. Here comes Hanuk Bodie. Javon trying to run it tough at the end here. And it's about a 25-meter lead, we'll call it. The senior boys, Lucas Millen now. And for the juniors, Kevin Ha. But now the race just a little bit more interesting than it was a leg ago, so let's see what happens. At the 200 mark, the seniors still holding a lead of about 40 meters now, we'll call it. Kevin Ha trying to close. And both runners about the same pace at this point. Nobody's gaining, nobody's closing. As we come off the corner, Lucas Millen for the seniors. Kevin Ha. This is Manny Payton for the seniors. 9th leg, and the baton is down. It's back up. Should be Jahaziel Martinez. Jahaziel Martinez. Payton coming up to the flagpole. On the far side at the orange cone is Jahaziel Martinez. Payton trying to keep things moving. Just don't forget about your arms, people. Here comes Manny. Coming off the corners, Jahaziel Martinez. This is Calvin Cavaco for the seniors. He's the 10th leg. There are 20 legs total. Connor St. Germain waiting for the juniors. Connor's got to try to do something to close this up, because we're about halfway through, and the seniors have a very sizable lead. St. Germain coming around the corner. Cavaco coming up to the flagpole. Some comments about kicking it into gear. I'm not sure who should do that. They're both running pretty well right now. Here comes Cavaco. On the straightaway. St. Germain seems to have responded to that statement. Here he comes. Here comes St. Germain. Here is the exchange between Calvin Cavaco and Jonathan Rodriguez. St. Germain. Keanu Bossarat now running for the juniors. Get him into lane one, somebody. So Rodriguez for the seniors. Ran a little track this year. He's over at the orange cone. Keanu Bossarat. About 100, well, we'll talk yards here. At least 100 yards back. He's got to get going. Get these juniors back in. Rodriguez. Both runners trying not to get too tight here as they pass it off. This is Brandon Felice. Brandon Felice, the 12th runner for the senior boys. Keanu Bosarath has got to get there. Damon Tamalansky is waiting. Damon, great track pass there. Tamalansky. But on the far side, it is still the seniors and Brandon Felice keeping a sizable lead over the juniors. On the straightaway, Felice finishing it up. Indoor track runner, 300-meter runner. Finishing it up. And he'll be passing off to Nick Kosmidas. Damon Temelansky coming off the corner near the scoreboard. Damon Temelansky trying to finish it. And now, for the juniors, Avery Coleman. He's the 13th leg. Kosmidas at the flagpole. And we're getting up close to the 200-meter mark in advantage here for the seniors. Pretty close to it anyway. Juniors have to respond. There is only about 7 legs left. Dominique Gonzalez is waiting for the juniors, but taking it out for the seniors is Thomas Carvin. Carvin is the 14th leg. Avery Coleman finishing it up. Dominic Gonzalez waiting. On the far side. Thomas Carvin. And Avery Coleman had passed off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, it's just not that much gaining here. They've got to get back into it, juniors. Seniors are just cruising along, maintaining their lead. Waiting for the pass will be Isaac Nelson. And Isaac Nelson now, the 15th leg. 6 legs to go. Nelson coming up to the flagpole. And this should be Antonio Williams for the juniors. Cruising along out there at the 200 mark. Isaac Nelson, though, just getting it done for the seniors. For the seniors now, Shell Ron Gordon. Antonio Williams. Running strong for the seniors is Shelron Gordon. Now Michael Burke on the track. Mike's been specializing in the mile lately, but now he drops it down to 400 meters. A little shorter distance for Michael. On the far side, though, Shelron Gordon representing the 16th leg for the senior boys. Burke over at the cone. He's got about 130 meters to go, but the senior boys continue to hold the lead as Brian Berthew, the 17th leg. Burke. This is Michael Burke. Nobody gets in his way. Ryan Poma, the 17th leg for the junior boys. Brian Berthew, that was sub 70 for Michael Burke, pretty impressive. Berthew now coming up near the scoreboard, and we are almost at 200 meters here, people. Valentin for the senior boys. He is the 18th leg to run this relay for the senior boys. There are 2 remaining legs as they have extended this lead now. Right around 200 meters difference between these 2 classes. Andy Serrano running for the juniors. Coming up to the scoreboard is Ron Valentin. Andy Serrano on the far side. But Ron Valentin just cruising it a little bit here. 2 legs coming up for the senior boys. This is Alex Romero. This is Andy Serrano on the straightaway. The seniors essentially have a leg and a half to go to wrap this up. Let's see if Jared McCauley and Josh Higgins can make it closer than it is right now. Romero on the straightaway. Geraldo Santiago representing the anchor. There's the final gun. The gun lap, as they call it. And Geraldo Santiago. Still, Higgins will be running, but unless he's running for the fastest split of the night, it's going to be a senior victory for sure. It's Geraldo Santiago. He's coming up the straightaway. His teammates wait for him. Santiago coming in and crossing the line. As Higgins representing his class. Just don't get in his way. Be careful, people. Be careful. That was a 51-second split by Higgins. Pretty impressive, but the senior boys were just a little, if not a lot, too strong tonight. Congratulations, class of 2015 boys. Senior boys and girls now getting together to celebrate the first place trophy. Class of 2015 boys picking up the win tonight. Valiant effort for the junior boys, but just too much distance to overtake the seniors. And let's remind people, as you're heading out of Crocker Field tonight, please try to pick up any trash, empty bottles, etc., and put them in the rubbish for us, please. Help us clean up a little bit, if not all, before you go home. Thanks for your help, those picking up tonight. We appreciate it. Rumor has it, mass legislation is going to make those bottles worth a nickel apiece. So collect them now, you can cash them in later.